Hi everyone, today I'd like to share my 10 steps that will help you conduct a conceptual photo shoot from start to finish. Get inspired and come up with an idea. The most fundamental thing in conceptual photography is a storytelling idea. So it is very important to come up with one and start with developing a concept before doing a photo shoot. To come up with a good idea, we need inspiration. Inspiration doesn't just come by itself. We need to stimulate it, and there are a lot of different ways that can help you with that. Start working on your visual taste and understanding of art. Spend some time looking through the art of different mediums and analyze why it is good and what people like about it. Look at the art that you personally like, and over time it will become an inner collection of visual experiences. Think of it as a catalog of inspiration. Once you start building your inner visual library, it will spark your creativity and help you think of your own ideas. You can draw on different influences and artists. Make sure you don't copy, but rather use it to kickstart an idea. Create your own interpretation and translate it into your own way. Creativity is like a muscle that you need to exercise. Try to imagine things in unexpected and unconventional ways. Take one photo element, such as an object, model, location, costume, etc., and start building your concept and story around it. I draw my inspiration from cinematography and literature, different characters and themes from folklore and fairy tales, public art, everyday objects, landscapes, and landmarks. I often explore themes of voyage, weather, and nature. Visualize. Visualizing your concept will help you get a better understanding of what it should look like and what you need specifically to bring it to life. A sketch is an excellent way to start. Don't worry if you're not good at painting. It can be just doodles with simple forms, notes, and explanations. Something that will help you bring your ideas on paper or a digital screen. For example, I do a quick sketch in Photoshop using my pen tablet. Mood boards are another great way to organize your project. Find image references, the ones that you will draw inspiration from. Set the mood, indicate styling preferences, prop requirements, and define your color scheme. It is also very helpful when you work with other people, want to share your thoughts and ideas with your team, and you need to make sure they understand your vision and you're on the same page. Research. It is always a good idea to do research before the photo shoot. Find the right model and make sure they are available and interested in your project. Reach out to them ahead of time. Be polite and respectful of their time. Scout for a location depending on your project. It can be an outdoor location such as a street or a park. Find out if you need to get a shooting permit or any other arrangements. If you are shooting in nature, make sure you are careful, respectful, and pay attention to the signs. It can also be in an indoor location such as a professional studio or an apartment. If it's a studio, make sure to book the time. Go to your location before the photo shoot. At the exact same time you plan on photographing, check out the set and what needs to be added. Check out the natural lighting or studio equipment. Think about everything you might need during the photo shoot. Make a list and make sure you have it. Plan your props and wardrobe. Think about the set ahead of time. Depending on your concept and photoshoot ideas, you might need to use props. I use real props and shoot in real locations. I believe that the best results are achieved by making real photoshoot props and effects. I recommend building and shooting as much as possible on set. Using real props can help you create a more realistic and believable scene. If you are handy enough, you can create your own props. Otherwise, you can always buy, rent, borrow them, or commission somebody to make them for you. For props and costumes, check out online stores such as Amazon, eBay, or Etsy, your local arts and crafts store, home decor and home improvement stores, party stores, and thrift stores for clothes. Think about styling choices such as clothes, hair, and makeup for your subject, and how they will affect your concept. If it's not important, I prefer using something simple, minimalistic, timeless, and not overpowering. If it's a part of the concept, then prepare accordingly. Think about your lighting options. Always think about your lighting options. If you're shooting at studio, make sure they have all the equipment you need and rent it or bring your own. If you're shooting on location, check out the natural light before the shoot, its quality, position, and intensity. It's a good idea to bring a collapsible reflector with you. Think if you need any additional lighting equipment. Also, when shooting on location, decide on what time of the day to shoot and prepare your lighting gear accordingly. Reach out to people to collaborate. Collaborations are always fun, and they can be beneficial. Find like-minded people and don't hesitate to reach out to them with collaboration proposals. You might need a makeup artist, hair or wardrobe stylist, or any other creative to work on your project. They can help you with things that you can't produce yourself, bring new ideas, and it's always fun to work with a team. Also, if you don't have enough budget, you can find people willing to work with you on other terms. Prepare your shooting set. Get everything ready. Get your team together, set the time and date, bring all the equipment, props, and accessories. Go to the shooting location ahead of time and start working and arranging your set. It's your project, and the successful outcome depends on your proper preparation and the level of your responsibility and dedication. Take good care of your models. Be respectful of their boundaries and safety. Have towels and tissues if your model gets wet or dirty, and warm clothes if it's cold outside. Make sure your team is safe, warm, and fed. Offer them something to drink or eat. Plan ahead your composite. It is very important to think ahead about what kind of editing you are going to do later on the computer, and if there's going to be any compositing involved. Plan ahead your composite and think what additional elements you need. Shoot source images right on set and bring any props necessary. For example, if you want to incorporate flying objects on your photograph, make sure you have them on set. Throw them in the air and take those extra shots. It's easier to make a composite look more realistic when the majority of work is done on set, and when elements match in terms of light, color, and perspective. Be prepared for unexpected. No matter how properly you prepare for your photo shoot, you can't control everything, and things can always go wrong. And that's okay. You just need to be prepared for unexpected circumstances. Have extra things on your hand just in case, and stay calm. Bring spare batteries and memory cards, take another lens or extra prop item even if you don't plan to use them, and maybe bring accessories, some clothes or makeup tools. Even if everything goes completely wrong, don't panic and maybe think about rescheduling your photo shoot for the better time if possible. Enhance your photographs with post-processing. Now, when the photo shoot is over, it is time to spend some time on your computer and edit your photographs. Photography is an art form. Either you just tweaking the color, temperature, and contrast, or you go full editing heavy with retouching and compositing. I believe that post-production is essential to finalize your work and bring it to the next level. Just like your camera, editing software is another powerful tool for creating artwork. It gives you a big potential to convey your idea and match everything that was captured to your vision. Post-processing gives you a great opportunity to adjust your images and fix small issues you overlooked on location, and just make sure your work looks good and the way you planned it. Your vision may not be true to life. Using Photoshop, you can create something that is not possible to capture and bends the reality to suit your imagination and create dramatic effects. After all, you are the artist, and you determine what tools to use and how to bring your artistic vision to life. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope these 10 steps will help you perform a conceptual photo shoot or improve your workflow. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this in future.